It was when I went to East London, I probably didn't know nothing. I didn't know. I just knew I could play basketball. I didn't know the ins and outs. I didn't know. So I don't think I was really ready to play the whole course. Whereas when I went, then obviously I've kind of gone and done my own thing, played against men. So, I understand, the physicality of it. Then I could start using what I did against people my own age. By the time I got to Tony, I knew what I could do.
When you got
I knew what I couldn't do. You know what I mean? So it was from that. It was from being with Tony and Joe. That's where it had already clicked, but it started to become more prevalent that it was kicking kind of all the time.
Cool. Let's pause it right there. If you can just unpack what it was like for you playing for that year at Jimmy's, like from the start for that season, what level was you lot playing?
So at Jimmy's, it was probably quite hard. I must thinking about it now. It was hard, as you say, playing for someone different, playing for a different style, a different system, not necessarily a different culture, but every team has their idiosyncrasies. You've got them kids that I was playing with that have been there since they were junior. So it was just that natural progression. And then obviously I came. And I think I found it hard to not necessarily integrate, but to feel as if I was part of the team. I was in the team. I'd get selected I'd get selected and play and stuff. But again, I potentially don't think. I'm not sure if I was ready for that level. But it just sometimes felt a little bit too hard. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I knew I could play.
Yeah.
There was I'd come in and hit some shots and do whatever. But I think I still essentially wasn't ready to play at that level at obviously a young age. Because a lot of the stuff that I had to do, I was probably, people of my generation, we were like pretty much self-taught. You know what I mean? For me to understand how to play, I'd have to watch something off the TV, record it. So they'd show like in April, they'd show like 20 minutes of the BBL final, which is like, Kingston versus Manchester. So they'd show like a 20-minute half-hour slot. And I would just sit there and watch it. Press record, like forward, reverse, put back, forward. And I would just watch how they would move, how they would hold the ball, how they would bounce the ball. And then if there was a move that I loved, yeah, that could work. I would then slow it down, see where it was, see the foot placement, see where the body position is, see where the hands are, see where the ball would be. And I'd go back to when I was at school, I'd work on that move until I got it down, and then I'd add that to my repertoire. And that was how I kind of got away with it. So then I think because I did a lot of that, by the time I got to that Division 1 level, at that age, I don't think I was ready to play that long.
Did that affect your confidence as a player?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I think there was times where potentially, if I'd have just been a bit blasé and just got on with it, I think I would have been okay. Do you understand what I mean? Like you go and thought, when I touch the ball, should I shoot the ball? Should I not shoot the ball? I do it. I just make it easy. Whereas my whole life, my whole career playing National League and under 23s has been, don't leave him open. And for me to then suddenly not shoot the ball, it's like, oh, why are you shooting the ball, bro?
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up. I want to make sure that we keep possession of the ball and whatever. Shoot the ball, man.
Was you too much in your head because of how much of a student of the game you were?
Or I was at the point where I just overthought too much.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing.
Just let it go. Just let it go. Just let it go. Yeah.
Because the thing is, that I wouldn't shoot the ball. So maybe not the right time. But you get someone else and you just jack it up. You think,
was me. You know,
But then,
can I just say something about players like that? Because I'm one of those players. And I would say I had never been a shooter. I'm not the guy with the high percentage. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's a full clip, I'm letting everything go. Innocent bystanders, I'm shooting in the air, everything go. And for me, in my head, as a basketball player, I could never ever understand why the people who actually were good shooters on the court didn't shoot.
Mm.
That was one of in my head, because I always thought, well, if I don't shoot this now, I'm probably never going to get another chance to shoot it again, because that guy's a really good shooter. So, you know what? Let me take this opportunity. And then I would expect them to shoot and they don't shoot. And I'm like, oh, you don't want it? Cool. And I'll just shoot again. Like, I was a selfish player, you know, it's no secret. But in my head, I'm like, you don't want to eat? Okay, cool. And that was my mentality. If someone could shoot, I would like, yo, if they don't shoot, I wouldn't tell them to shoot it.
Yeah.
You know, but so that's why it's funny. All the people can shoot. I mean, really shoot. I bet you're like one of the guys who've got like 10 in a row, 15 in a row, 20 in a row type of things, right? Like if you're practicing your shots, right? Easy, right? Yeah. See?
Whereas it just becomes so natural that you should shoot the ball and it just becomes, you know, then zone out moments where you come to shot the ball and just go straight in.
For me, it's rhythm. For me, it's all about rhythm.
Yeah.
Like, my skill wasn't like in a row, like to shoot in a row. No, but in a game, if I feel it, I'll shoot it, and I can't explain it. But in practice, I'm not that guy. I'm not the shooters.
So for me, going back to that England selection, basically the reason why I wasn't selected was because they didn't think I could shoot the ball. So I then spent the next 10 years shooting the air out of the ball.
Good.
You know.
Good for you, mate.
You know what I mean? Where pretty much I made my name from shooting the ball.
Yeah. The first time I saw you, we missed that bit. Oh, how can I forget the most? All right, cool. Sorry. Remember to put this at the beginning when you edit. So we'll come back to this. Sorry, it's a bit makeshift. I'm processing it in my head.